number of COVID-19 cases continues to rise globally and right here in Guyana. Therefore, we encourage everyone to practice social distancing. Wear a mask if you have to leave your homes and wash your hands thoroughly and frequently as we strive to stop the spread of the virus. Welcome to InfoHub for Thursday, May 21. Thanks for joining us. The government of Guyana has launched a data collection mechanism to aid in its COVID-19 public assistance initiative. This collaboration between the National COVID-19 Task Force, the Civil Defense Commission, Ministries of Social Protection, Communities and Indigenous Peoples Affairs was launched on Wednesday. Here is our first report. It is aimed at identifying and providing tangible support for vulnerable households affected by the COVID-19 pandemic and its emergency measures. According to the task force, assistance will be given on a needs basis, ensuring that the most affected persons are reached and supported. According to the task force, persons who are in dire need of assistance are the most vulnerable during this period are asked to apply. These persons include only individuals or households who met at least one requirement listed on the NCTF's list for consideration. These include individuals or households currently benefiting from public assistance provided by the Ministry of Social Protection, individuals or households who applied for public assistance and are currently awaiting a response from the ministry, individuals or households who suffered a loss of income due to COVID-19, and households headed by senior citizens or persons with disabilities will be considered. The task force says identification will be done through two means: online and a manual application process, catering for households without telephone and internet access. The application process commenced on Thursday, May 21, and the manual submission is scheduled to begin by May 27, 2020. Application forms can be downloaded from the Ministry of Social Protection's website at mosp.gov.gy. The Ministry of the Presidency has clarified that the 8 ranks tested positive for COVID-19 were never part of the Special Protective Service arm of the unit. A release from the Press and Publicity Unit noted that the ranks were not responsible for the close protection of President Granger or his family. MOTP informed that the President has been working remotely for some time and has not been in contact with uniformed members of the Presidential Guard unit. Additionally, the cases referred to are not new and have been included in the Ministry of Public Health's figures, which stands at 125 confirmed cases of COVID-19 as of May 21. Look out for a daily COVID-19 update later this evening. Now for an update on the national recount. The Guyana Elections Commission is discussing how it will address the issue of a number of unstamped ballots, believed to be those of the disciplined forces. Details from Alexis Rodney.
The ballots were discovered during the ongoing national recount of the votes from the March 2020 general and regional elections. GCOM Commissioner Vincent Alexander said Wednesday that the elections body addressed two scenarios, one being where half of the ballot papers were stamped and the other was not, on condition that there is an equal number of unstamped ballots with those stamped, and in the instance where they are identified as those belonging to the disciplined services, the Commission agreed that those shall be equally counted as valid votes.
When we stamp a ballot, the real intention is to ensure that no one else at no particular time is able to insert a ballot that is not valid. So the stamp is intended to give more security and integrity to GCOM's ballot. In all circumstances, if we can discern that the issue of integrity is not at risk, in the circumstance where someone may be disenfranchised, then you have to come down on the side of the potential disenfranchised person.
While the electoral laws dictate that an unstamped ballot should be discarded, Alexander said that the recommendation in this regard is within the spirit of the law. Also on Wednesday, the Commission reported that it will be approaching the National COVID-19 Task Force for the setting up of 2 additional workstations. This was following a meeting with the opposition PPP. GCOM's Public Relations Officer Yolanda Ward reported, however, that while GCOM remains an autonomous body, it is not working in isolation, especially in the wake of the ongoing pandemic.
We have to be conscious that we are dealing with a health situation, and we also need to be sure that we do not put people's lives at risk. And we are not health professionals, and therefore, while we will have to make some decisions, the guidance of those persons who are the professionals and practitioners in this particular area, it is important for us to seek some guidance on that.
Following an assessment of the center, the task force earlier this week granted permission for 2 more stations to be added, bringing the total number to 12. For InfoHub, Alexis Rodney.
Follow our website to get updated information on the national recount, which is ongoing at the Artichon Conference Center. More news after this short PSA on how to properly use a mask.
The following is an important message from the Ministry of Public Health. When should you use a face mask? A medical mask is not required for members of the public who do not have respiratory illness symptoms. Wear a mask if you are coughing or sneezing constantly. For healthy people, wear a mask only if you are caring for a person suspected to have COVID-19. Masks are only effective when used in combination with frequent hand cleaning with alcohol-based hand rubs, sanitizers, or washing with soap and water. If you wear a mask, dispose of it properly. The Ministry of Public Health has a hotline to provide information on the coronavirus. Members of the public can call 227-4986 or 624-3067.
The Civil Defense Commission on Wednesday evening received a large quantity of food and hygienic products from the Cinco Trading Limited, estimating some $400,000. Neola Damon brings us that story.
The handing over ceremony was held at the company's headquarters at Eccles East Bank, Demerara. Director General of the CDC, Lieutenant Colonel Kester Craig, thanked the company for its timely donation, which will definitely serve to benefit many.
These supplies are very timely and definitely will be used to support our relief operations, not only for COVID-19, but as you recognize now, we are in the rainy season and we're doing assessment across the country to see where communities are impacted.
In brief remarks, Chief Executive Officer of the Cinco, Frank Diabru, said that while this donation is part of the company's social responsibility, it is also its desire to assist those in need during this time.
In this time when there's a need, the Cinco Limited always reach out. And doing so, we need evidence to show the GRA that we are doing something. Without the evidence, the newspaper or the pictures, the GI will say, no, they can't help you, they won't listen to you. And we want to help and always will help.
It was highlighted that the CDC welcomes donations towards this initiative, food supplies, personal care, and sanitation supplies or financing. Items can be sent to CDC's headquarters, Thomas Road, Thomas Land in daily between 9 hours to 1500 hours. Also, funds can be deposited to the Commission's Republic Bank account number 962-356-519938. Neola Damon, InfoHub.
Senior Response Officer of the Civil Defense Commission, Captain Salam October, has disclosed that the agency is in the process of finalizing assistance for a family whose roof was damaged following a freak storm on Wednesday. Heavy winds and rains at around 8 hours on Wednesday morning ripped off zinc sheets from roofs of several homes in number 36 Village, East Berbice, Quarantine, leaving residents shaken. The Razak family suffered the brunt of the storm as their entire roof was ripped off and the kitchen situated in the lower flat inundated, damaging their appliances and furniture. Several family members also suffered minor injuries as they tried to find safety. Here now is a public service announcement from the government of Guyana.
The COVID-19 pandemic has had a devastating effect on communities all across Guyana. Many households and individuals now find themselves in need of public assistance. The government of Guyana will be assisting the most vulnerable. Those eligible to apply for this assistance are as follows. Individuals and/or households who are currently benefiting from public assistance provided by the Ministry of Social Protection. Individuals and/or households who applied for public assistance and are awaiting a response from the Ministry of Social Protection. Individuals and/or households who suffered a loss of income due to COVID-19, and households headed by senior citizens or persons with disabilities. Application forms can be downloaded from the Ministry of Social Protection's website at www.mosp.gov.gy or government.gy/eform/241. For further information, please call these numbers. We are in this together. This is a message from the Government of Guyana. We are here to serve you.
Remember to do your part to ensure you do not put yourself at risk during this time. If you have a cough, fever, and difficulty breathing, seek medical care early, but call the hotline first. That's all for today. Connect with us on all our social media platforms, including WhatsApp, Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram, as we bring you the latest and important news related to COVID-19 and much more. Also, subscribe to our website, dpi.gov.gy. Your Bridge Report is up next. Stay safe and goodbye for now.